What's up, everybody? Night 4 here on our Pumpkin Beers live gimmick with your Shirley Nutmeg 2 Palmetto. And yes, it's been the interesting start to Pumpkin Beers live week. We had the OG Pumpkin by Southern Tier, which didn't exactly give me the warm, fuzzy vibes that it did many, many years ago when I tried it the first time. Then we had, what do we have second? Oh, I know what we had second. We had What Even Is Pumpkin Spice by Evil Twin. I saw Pumpkin Beer by Evil Twin, and I had to try it. What even is a question I was starting to ask a lot about that beer because it was sold as a milkshake IPA, and it was a pretty solid milkshake IPA, but I wasn't getting a whole lot of pumpkin spice. So what even is pumpkin spice? What even was pumpkin spice put in here? I don't know. I know that's not syntax, but whatever. And then last night, of course, we did The Spice is Right by Fireforged, and that a local brewery, and that one was very, very subtle night. I kind of got what they're going for, but if it wasn't for spicing the rim of my glass, I don't know if I would have gotten all those flavors. So it was the best of the week so far, but still not strong enough to really so much get my attention. So we are going to start night 4 with another local to local-ish product. One I actually had on tap somewhere, and I don't recall being a fan of it, so we'll see if I like it better in the can. And again, I said local/local-ish because they're out of Charlotte, Sugar Creek, and it is called Pumpkin Blaster. So with a name like that, you got to hope that you get blasted by pumpkin. Being it's an NC beer, we're going to put it in its NC Brethren glass by Sierra Nevada. Not a snifter glass. I guess it's a flute glass. That's what it's called. And yes, I almost forgot before we went live, but I did properly spice the rim. So on the can, we got brewed in can by Sugar Creek Brewing with their address in Charlotte. I got this at Bottles, a local chain bottle shop, $3.99. Not terrible. 7% on the nose. Fortunately, the price tag was not covering the ABV. I know Ginger Yeti Road Beers loves when breweries do that. Pumpkin Blaster, although I can't read what that word is, before pumpkin ale. Something pumpkin ale, but the price tag is in the way of it. And it's a funny looking can because it's got a beer stein there, and then it's got this crazy looking pumpkin, animated face on there. And then the other side of it, I don't know if you can see it if the light's not disturbing the can too much. Do you think that's a hot dog or a churro? Possibly both. Hot dog, churro, let me know what you think. It kind of looks like both. So, yeah, we're going to see. Oh, it's got a can-on date. Not that I can read it because it's halfway written across the label and it's been smudged from a lot of handling and distribution. So, yeah, I'm excited to pop this one open, especially because the first time I had it was on tap and I didn't necessarily love it. So I'm excited, definitely intrigued to find out if it gets the same vibe. We'll keep this live a little bit quicker tonight. One, because it's getting late. 2, because my phone battery is not doing super hot. And 3, because I got to do Sunday Scares with Bucks McGee and all the while. Very busy Thursday night. All right, so we'll get a shakluck as we do our other oat one flight down as usual. Whoops. All right. And we'll give the pour its glory shot into the spiced glass. Dark, huh? Darker hue to it. Yeah, I like a darker hue with a pumpkin beer because it makes me think like it'll actually be an autumnal-like flavor. And the head's almost got a syrupy effect running down it. It's a pretty darkish tan head. Certainly nowhere near diaper white. Color-wise, the camera's not playing tricks on you. It actually is fairly dark. It's almost like, hi, Vanessa, how are you? Thanks for hopping on. Sorry that when you hopped on, I was the other night I was actually salting the rim because I forgot to do that before I went live, but I didn't forget that now, so I'm glad I was in front of the camera when we hopped on tonight. Yeah, it's a dark, very dark malty hue. Like I said, the camera is not playing tricks on your eyes. That's exactly the color that it is in IRL, in real life. We'll top this off. I'm gonna try and be careful not to get too much of the spice into the head, because I've noticed the last couple nights it likes to wander on down in there. Vanessa, since you just hopped on, as well as whoever else is joining us, we're doing Pumpkin Blaster by Sugar Creek. Kind of a creepy pumpkin face on the side of the can. So, we get the aromatics. It's funny when you rim the glass and you try to get an aroma on it, you kind of have to like go straight down so you don't smell the spice on the rim. This is, so far this week, this is the, someone. Whoa, Joe from the Beer Patrol. What's up, my brother? Cheers, aortic valve. Yes. Of course, I can't scroll this. That would be nice if I could scroll that. I'm in the midst of my 10 days of pumpkin. 'Tis the season. Yes. 'Tis the season indeed. And this came up by one of my TikTok friends said this in a video I watched today. He was doing a little pumpkin by Dogfish Head, and he said like he's starting his pumpkin week now because can't in good faith do pumpkins before like the second or third week of October. And I kind of agree with that because, any earlier than right now is way, way too early to be drinking pumpkin beers. This is a Halloween beer. I know up north it's a little colder. You can probably justify it in September, but especially down in the south, I can't justify drinking pumpkin beers that early. This is like the Halloween or the week before Halloween. That's as early as I can do. This is, like I said, or like I started to say, this is the strongest pumpkin aroma they've gotten all week. Of the 3 beers I've done, this is the strongest one on the aroma. And it's not, and I'm not being biased by the rim of the glass either, because I smell a very vaguely sweet, not super sweet, but a little sweet, kind of a candied, a very subtle candied note on the pumpkin note on it, which is weird because normally when something smells candied, it's not very subtle. All right, let's get a little bit more in there before I take a sip. Cheers, everyone. Thanks for hopping on. Okay, I definitely like it better than when I had it on tap, on draft. But I'm getting, to me, I don't know how much this, someone else, there's another comment. Oh, you're just talking to each other. Nothing upsets me more than seeing so many pumpkin beers released in July and August that I want to drink in October. That's right. It is pretty ridiculous, actually. This reminds me of like a traditional amber. A traditional amber or a red, yeah, what did I say? Amber. Yeah, reminds me of like a traditional amber. I'm getting, although it's definitely like stronger probable pumpkin note than the other ones thus far, but it's very much taken over by the maltiness. So it is a pumpkin beer, but it's hard to pick it out past all the malty backbone and the grains and that sort of thing. It's got a nice body to it. I definitely say this is one that is definitely accentuated from having the spiced rim. The flavors really, really do come out a lot more with that little something extra on the glass. Because, yeah, by itself, brown ale, it tastes like an amber. It tastes like a brown ale by itself. The pumpkin flavor is not very strong. Although it's not nearly as thin as the one I had on draft. So this has a much nicer body to it than when I originally had the beer. So that's very, very nice to see. I'm pleased with this beer, and I'm a lot more pleased with it than the first time I had it. It's still a little light on the pumpkin, and I don't know about anyone else out there, but when I have a pumpkin beer, I want it to punch me in the teeth with pumpkin. The very, very solid beer. The pumpkin's there. You can taste it, but it's very buried by the grains, the malts, hops, like all your traditional beer elements. Tasty. And I'm glad actually I took a second go at this because I didn't, when I bought it, I'm just grabbing pumpkin beers, right? So I didn't even put two and two together that it was the one I had just had. But I'm glad that I didn't put two and two together because I definitely like it more the second time around. It's got much more of a body to it than it originally did, or originally interpreted it to have. So solid beer. Pumpkin's a little light, but it's still noticeable. It's got a nice body, and it's very reminiscent of more traditional styles like a brown or an amber or something like that. So if you don't pick up the pumpkin, you can still appreciate it for being kind of a throwback type of beer. I know I'm getting low on battery, so I will wrap this up. Thanks, everyone, for hopping on, and thanks, everyone who catches us on replay. Pumpkin Blaster by Sugar Creek. If you try it once, you didn't like it, try it again. Be like me, even if it was inadvertent on my part. Grab it again, try it again, and see if you like it better the second time around. Cheers, everyone. As Paul from PA Brew News says, watch that finger.